Today we're going to talk about how to paint in larger formats. Of course, you'll need a bigger brush and your paints need to be wet. So let's get started. All right, so this was a bit of an experiment. I've been doing a lot of jigsaw puzzles because I've been home a lot. And I've been a little bit fretful because I haven't been painting every day. And I like to paint every day, but I just haven't had the motivation. Very unusual for me. But the other day, I thought about it and I thought, everything's connected. Behavior's connected, forms and space are connected, time and events are connected. And I thought, what would happen if I took a 14 by 20 piece of Arch uh, cold press paper, large brush, and approached these peonies as if it was a jigsaw puzzle. And I thought, I think of my brush as if it's applying pieces. And the first part of this I was not able to capture. For some reason, the camera didn't capture the painting of these peonies, which I really regret. But I have the middle part. What I needed to do at this point is to anchor in those peonies because I have an island surrounded by oceans painting right now. The flowers are going to be surrounded by space, so I need to anchor them in. So I decided to put in some what probably will look like fruit forms. So that's what I'm doing right now. So this is a case of where you have a larger piece, and I did work from a photograph with the peonies, but you start to become a designer. And I thought, how can I design this painting? How can I create a painting that is anchored into space and that still works visually, using simplicity to get across my point? And I'm sorry, the camera moves around a lot here. Ooh, I'm going to try to edit that out. We'll see if I'm able to do that. So, so now what I'm doing is I'm using very thick paint, thicker than I usually do, because what I'm trying to do is make a mark and then not go over that mark in any way, which I usually try to do. I'm a big fan of using as few strokes as possible and not rubbing. But this time I really wanted to think about my brush as if it was putting down a square of a jigsaw puzzle, and the next square of a jigsaw puzzle, and the next square of a jigsaw puzzle, with no idea how this would turn out in the end, really. But I thought, I want to give it a try, because I've seen some oil painters do this with great success. And I thought, why can't I do it too? Why can't watercolor be just as versatile as oil or acrylic paint? The challenge here always is that you don't have white to use. So watercolorists, you always have to be planful and remember that you have to leave the whites of your paper white because you cannot get them back. So what I was able to do was videotape the middle part of this painting and not the end. It was very interesting to do the background, which is going to come up next, and you'll be able to see that. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, you can touch the screen and 3 dots will appear. You can slow this down or you can speed it up. But the whole idea, which I think I'm going to continue to do, is to approach watercolor thinking of bigger forms. And there's a good example of where I put in just a spot of red. There's no reason to put that red there other than sort of intuition told me that it needed to be there. It felt, you could almost see some of the squares that the brush left behind. But I'm pretty happy with this result and kind of excited to try a different style. And it was very interesting to me that it came about because of jigsaw puzzles. So sometimes when you don't think you're doing anything with your art, you actually are. And it might come out later. So remember to keep the whites of your paper white, your paint's wet, mass for value, mix for color. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.